It's yours truly, Yeshua. It's Yeshua HaMashiach, Prince of Peace. This is the day that the Lord has made. Today's the 27th of Wednesday. I named the title of this video. I forgot, sometimes I just give these videos a title as Hashem leads me. This is not an accident. The name of this video is The Third Temple. Forgot what I named this video. Sometimes I just name it so fast. See this robe that I'm wearing, FTD? This means from the dirt. I was given this robe by Dave East. So I hope he gets to watch this video sometime. See, it says on the back, the dirt. My brother Dave East gave me this robe a while ago, a few years ago. You see? He gave me this as a gift when I met him and Steve LaBelle a few years ago here in Los Angeles, California. The whole music industry is mine. Everybody. Every rapper, every artist. Every African American, every black male, woman, child, boy, girl is mine. Belongs to me. You belong to me and my God, and I'm your King, your Messiah, your Mashiach. There's no more questioning this. There's no more. It's not up for debate. I'm here. I've returned. Many have come in my name. And this third temple, you see, it's now or never. It's either now or never. How do we honor God? How do we honor a God who is infinitely perfect? Thankfully that whatever skills we have, however small, can be used to glorify our God. No matter the situation, if you give your best and devote your work to Him, it will be pleasing and honoring to Him. I'm in pain right now. I'm hurting right now. My sciatica is hurting. The whole left side of my body is in pain right now. I have to stand. It's hard for me to sit down. But no matter the situation, if we give God our best and devote our work to Him, it will be pleasing. So I'm asking Heavenly Father, the kind of offer that was made to Solomon is also available to us. He can meet our needs in our own special way. Solomon, he asked for wisdom. And look how that changed his life. So what will you ask for that will change your life and the world and today for the better? You see, Solomon, in 2 Chronicles chapter 1, the son of David, he established himself firmly over his kingdom. For the Lord his God was with him and made him exceedingly great. And then Solomon, he spoke to all of Israel. As I'm speaking to all of Israel today, as many of you YouTubers, many of the brethren have been speaking to Israel, we are Israel today. To the commanders, I'm speaking to the chiefs, to the rabbis, to the thousands and commanders of hundreds, to the leaders here in America, in the United States of America. There are commanders. We do have commanders and leaders in our neighborhoods, in our communities. To the judges, we do have judges. And we do have leaders here in Israel, here in America. And we do have heads of our families. And Solomon and the whole assembly went to the high place at Gibeon, for God's tent of meeting was there. You see, once upon a time, our people, we used to gather We used to come together for a cause greater than ourselves. We weren't protesting. We weren't marching. But no, we would go to a tent of meeting. We would go to a church, a synagogue, which Moses' servant had made in the desert. Now David had brought up the ark of God from Kiriath Jearim to the place he had prepared for it, because he had pitched a tent for it in Jerusalem. But the bronze altar that Bezalel, the son of Uri, the son of Hur, had made was in Gibeon in front of the tabernacle of the Lord. So Solomon and the assembly inquired of him there. So you see, we have something blocking our tabernacle right now. We have these lies, deceptions, we have distractions that are blocking us from entering into the tabernacles, that are preventing us from coming together and gathering together. So Solomon and the assembly inquired of him there. Solomon went up to the bronze altar before the Lord in the tent of meeting and offered 1,000 burnt offerings on it. That night God appeared to Solomon and said to him, to ask for whatever you want me to give to you. Solomon answered God and he said, you have shown great kindness to David my father, and have made me a king in his place. Now Lord God, let your promise to my father David be confirmed, for you have made me king over a people who are as numerous as the dust of the earth. Give me wisdom, give me knowledge, that I might lead this people. For who was able to govern this great people of yours? So who is able to govern us, this great people of Judah? Who is able to govern Judah? Is it Benjamin Netanyahu? Is it the Knesset? Is it the Republicans, the Democrats? Is it democracy? Who can really truly govern us? Who has the power, the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to govern our people? So God said to Solomon, since this is your heart's desire, and you have not asked for wealth, for riches, or for honor, nor for the death of your enemies, because Lord knows we could ask for the death of our enemies, because our enemies are great. But I didn't ask for the death of our enemies. Solomon didn't ask for the death of the Gentiles. He didn't ask for the death of our enemies, of the white man, of the devil. He didn't ask for that. Instead, he asked for a long life, but he asked for wisdom and knowledge to govern my people over whom I made king. Therefore, wisdom and knowledge will be given. And I will also give you wealth, riches, and honor, such as no king who has before you ever had, and none after you will have. So you see, it's now or never. Then Solomon went up to Jerusalem from the high place at Gibeon, from before the tent of meeting, and he reigned over all of Israel. So Solomon accumulated chariots and horses. He had 1,400 chariots and 12,000 horses, which he kept in the chariot cities and also with him in Jerusalem. The king made silver and gold as common in Jerusalem as stone. So in other words, there was silver and gold and an abundance of it. Everybody had gold chains. Everybody had silver. Everybody was wearing diamonds and gold. Everybody had a car. Everybody had a whip. Everybody had a minivan. Everybody had a truck. Everybody was rolling. The king made silver and gold, and cedar was as plentiful as sycamore fig trees. So that means there was plenty of houses to be built. There was cedar for our homes. It's now or never. This robe right here, Dave East gave me this robe. I already mentioned that My brother Dave East from New York, he gave me this robe. FTD means from the dirt. Dave East gifted me this robe a few years ago. That's my brother. Dave East, my disciple, my king. You understand? I need somebody to go in here and moderate. I like how he thinks he is smart by trying to pronounce English words in Hebrew. Jesus didn't have braids. These are locks. Chicago in the house. He thinks he's a Jew. I think he is legitimately Wakanda forever. Yeah, Wakanda forever. All right. I love it. Love all these wonderful comments. Boogie Monster. Can't even get dressed for God. Yes, I love it. Name one successful black nation. Israel. Yes, indeed. So this is preparations for the children. This is preparations for my people. For all you haters in here. Wakanda, man. Where's Wakanda at? Wakanda is a movie. That's what's wrong with you people. You're all caught up in this fantasy life, this television. Wakanda isn't real. It's a made up. It's a television. It's a movie. How many blacks in Israel? Enough. Not enough. It's not enough of us there. That's how many blacks are in Israel. Not enough. Not until we get there. You get it? So we're going to say preparations, right? Preparations for building the temple, the third temple, right? This third temple is Beit HaMikdash. You know, it's been coming a lot to me lately as I traveled through the United States of America. It took me a week to drive from New York to California. It took me a week. I drove through the entire Midwest of the United States of America. I drove through Ohio, Nebraska, Indiana, Colorado, Utah, through the Corn Belt. The Corn Belt of the United States. And as I was traveling and as I was driving through, I got a vision. I stopped at every rest stop along the way, the highway. If you've ever taken a long trip or a long journey on the roads and the highways of the United States, you will know that there are rest stops along the way. There are rest stops along the way. I'm about to get this guy out of here. This Boogie Monster guy. Sorry. Let me go ahead and report this guy. Unwanted commercial spam. Alright, let me go ahead and block this guy right here. This Boogie Monster. If you see this Boogie Monster guy, I want him out. Hide user on this channel. Actually, I'm going to put him on timeout. There we go. I'll put you on timeout for 5 minutes. Until you can get your life together, sir. Who else do I want to block? Who else is going to get? Fred, you next? All right. Let me go ahead and put you on timeout for 5 minutes. Since you don't know how to act and behave yourself. Who else do we have? All right, now we can keep this message going without these distractions. So these preparations for the third temple. Preparations, if you take the P off of preparation, what do you have? You have reparations. R-E-P-A-R-A-T-I-O-N-S. I want you to look at this. Preparations. If you take the P off of preparations, you get reparations. So the only way we can build the third temple is through reparations. Preparation and reparations. So you see, Solomon, he gave orders to build a temple for the name of the Lord and a royal palace for himself. He conscripted 70,000 men as carriers and 80,000 as stone cutters, masons, in the hills, and 3,600 as foremen over them. So this sounds like a big construction site, doesn't it? When I hear this, it reminds me, I think of Home Depot, I think of Lowe's, I think of Caterpillar, I think of cranes. I'm seeing cranes and wrecking balls, and I'm seeing plywood, I'm seeing materials being transported on trucks, on men's backs. I'm seeing tool belts, I'm seeing men working together, building the temple. I'm seeing supplies. I'm seeing these 3,600 men, Mexican men, black men, white men, Asian men, men from all nations working together. So he says, send me cedar logs as you did for my father David, when you sent him cedar to build a palace to live in. Now I am about to build a temple for the name of the Lord my God, Yahweh, and to dedicate it to him, for burning fragrant incense before him, for setting out the consecrated bread regularly, and for making burnt offerings every morning and evening, and on Sabbaths and new moons, and at the appointed feasts of the Lord our God. This is a lasting ordinance for Israel. This is a lasting ordinance for Israel that my people, that I forgot, that many of us have forgotten in this wilderness, in our exile. Thank God we have the Ashkenazi, we have the Jews to look to. They keep the feast, they keep the Sabbaths. They're building yeshiva schools. They're building Torah schools. They're building Shuvah schools. They're building mitzvah tanks. They're building mitzvah center. They're building these places for us all around us. The temple I'm going to build will be great. Why? Now or never. Because our God is greater than all gods. But who is able to build a temple for him, since the heavens, even the highest heavens, cannot contain him? So it's not that we're building a temple to contain our God, or that he needs this temple. No. Because nothing can contain him. Who then am I to build a temple for him, except as a place to burn sacrifices before him? So these sacrifices, to burn sacrifices. King Solomon, he burned sacrifices. He wanted to build this temple so that we can pray and burn sacrifices to our God. Send me therefore a man skilled to work in gold and silver, bronze and iron, and purple, crimson, and blue yarn, and experienced in the art of engraving, to work in Judah and Jerusalem with my skilled craftsmen, whom my father David provided. Jerusalem, Judah, Jerusalem. Who is Judah? Where is Jerusalem? I am Judah. Where is Jerusalem but in Israel? Where is Jerusalem but here, the new Jerusalem? So send me therefore a skilled man, skilled men, skilled to work in gold and silver. And there are many men here that are skilled in gold and silver and bronze and iron. And purple, this color purple, the crimson color, Russia, crimson tide, blue yarn, the blue for our tzitzis, the blue tchelet, the blue. These colors are very significant. And the art of engraving, to work in Judah and Jerusalem with my skilled craftsmen. So send me also cedar, pine, and algum, logs from Lebanon. Oh, Lebanon, the forest of Lebanon. We have forests here in America. We have forests in the redwoods. This land is your land. This land is my land. California to the redwoods, to the Gulf Stream Islands, to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me. So it's now or never. We have the cedar, we have the pine, we have the algum, we have the logs. For I know that your men are skilled in cutting timber there. My men will work with your men to provide me with plenty of lumber. So our men must work together. White men, black men, Gentiles, we all must work together. The Jews, the Gentiles, the Muslims, the Ummah, the Christians, the Buddhists, the Jehovah's Witnesses, the Mormons, synagogues, the Chabad, we all believe in one God. It's all the same God, the God of our fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. I'm not building anything. I'm giving the instructions to build. I don't have to lift a finger. I said 70,000 men. I said the men were numbered here. Did I say that I was going to be building anything? My sciatica hurts. I'm 45 years old. We have men. We have skilled builders already. I am just laying out the instructions and sending out the instructions and sending out the blueprints. And telling my people, and telling the Knesset, and telling Trump and Benjamin Netanyahu that it's now or never. I'm telling my people that it's now or never. We're going to build this third temple or we're not. And we will be involved and we won't be left out of the Beit HaMikdash. Because that is for us, Judah, as well, in the name of our God. So now or never. My men will work with your men to provide me with plenty of lumber, because the temple I build must be large and magnificent, like your Trump Towers. Large and beautiful, like the palaces and the temples of old. When you go to New York and you see these beautiful temples, this architecture, well, now you're going to see it built before your very eyes. This man here is in my comments talking about the treetops were so big, tall, and wide that we lived under them, like in the movie Avatar. This is not a movie. Turn the TV off, man. What's wrong with you people? This is not a movie. The rain and weather never got to us. Cutting down trees down are for those against nature. Man, the trees are meant for us. What's wrong with you? Because the temple I must build must be large and magnificent, I will give your servants, the woodsmen who cut the timber, 20,000 cores of ground wheat, 20,000 cores of barley, 20,000 baths of wine, and 20,000 baths of olive oil. So wait, there was no money involved. There was no shekels. There's no denarii. There's no currency. It's bartering. goods for services, wheat, barley, olive oil, wine, baths. Hiram, the king of Tyre, replied by letter to Solomon, because you see, documentation is his conversation. Because the Lord gives his people, he has made you their king. And Hiram added, praise be the Lord, the God of Israel, who made heaven and earth. He has given King David a wise son, endowed with intelligence and discernment. He will work with your craftsmen and with those of my Lord David your father. Now let my Lord send his servants the wheat and barley and the olive oil and wine he promised, and we will cut all the logs from Lebanon that you need, and will float them in rafts by sea down to Joppa. You can then take them up to Jerusalem. So we have economy here, we have boats, we have seas, we have transportation, we have logistics, we have the Red Sea, we have the Mediterranean Sea, we have seaports. So we can transport goods and services and materials from Africa into Jerusalem. We can transport and import and export goods and services from Africa to the United States of America. This high-speed rail train that they want to build in California, these high-speed transportation systems. You see, we have built and carved out paths and trails and highways through these lands, through the waters, so that we can travel and disperse and gather and grow and build and transport. Now, once again, it's now or never. 2 Chronicles chapter 2, verse 17. This is where it gets crucial. This is where we come in at today. This is how prophetic this word is, how living this word is. Because you see, the Jews that you hate so much, they're in Israel right now building the third temple. The blueprint is already laid out. The red heifers are there. You hear the rumors. The sacrifices. It's being done right up under your eyes, right up under your nose. People are returning to Israel, making aliyah right under your very nose. So while we are being distracted by this world and these lies, people are returning. People are building. People are growing. So this is where it gets crucial, because Solomon took a census. Because it's a numbers game. It's all about numbers, right? Since the book of Numbers, when we came out of Egypt into the promised land, there was always a census. You might have seen as an American citizen a census being passed around. Where did it start? It started here. Those census that they take, and they want to know who is who and what and what community you're from and what nationality and race you are. That census first started in the book of Numbers. And the census was taken of all the aliens who were in Israel. So who are these aliens? The people that are not Israelis, are not Israelites, the people who are not Jews, the aliens, the foreigners, the immigrants, the illegal aliens. So he took a census of all the aliens who were in Israel. After the census, his father David had taken, and there were found to be 153,600 people. So he assigned 70,000 of them to be carriers and 80,000 of them to be stone cutters in the hills, with 3,600 foremen over them to keep the people working. So you see, indentured servants. They were our servants. These aliens, these immigrants, These illegal aliens in Israel, once we took a census of the people who are not citizens, are not American citizens, are not Israeli citizens, are not Israelites, are not, who are aliens, he assigned them to be the carriers. He assigned them to be stone cutters in the hills. He assigned them to be foremen, to keep them working. He gave them jobs. These men had jobs to work, to build. All these materials that were being cut down, these hills, these trees, these cedars, these pines, the material, the gold, the diamonds, everything, all the materials being transported by these aliens, these illegal aliens, the people who were foreign to the land. He didn't kick them out. We utilized the resources. We utilized the people. Because how do you honor a God who is infinitely perfect? Thankfully, whatever skills we have, however small, can be used to be glorified God. No matter the situation, dear brothers and sisters, beloved, if you give God our best, and if we devote our work to him, it will be pleasing and honoring to him. So it's now or never. Good enough wasn't good enough for Solomon. See, he could have lowered his sights a little bit. I could lower my sights a little bit. I could cut some corners to save some time and money. We still have created an impressive temple for the Lord. We could have built a temple a long time ago. But Solomon, he viewed his work on the temple as a gift to God. And he wasn't about to offer anything less than his best. So that's why Solomon, he sweated every detail and he spared no expense to create something truly spectacular. So what do you have to offer the Lord today, I ask? People in my comment section that has something to say. The trees balance the ecosystem. They provide shelter, food, protection, shade, and housing. God made them perfectly. Yes, you cannot live in a tree. You have to cut the tree down and mold it and shape it into something. The tree doesn't just grow for nothing. It's not meant to just stand there. It has to be cut down so that we can be healed. It has to be cut down. It has to be shaped. It has to be molded. It has to be tempered. It has to be tested. It has to be sealed. Mr. Sims, since you're such an ecologist and you love the economy so much, go grow some trees somewhere in the forest. Get off my channel and go build some trees yourself. Go plant some trees. Go plant some trees. Go plant a forest. What do you have to offer the Lord besides these comments? What do you have to offer the Lord? What talents, gifts, and abilities do you have? Do you have a talent for art, for music? Do you have a talent to build or to fix things? A knack for organizing or managing? Think about how you can present your gifts to God in a way that goes beyond good enough and becomes spectacular. So if you're listening, then listen. What are your gifts? What are you bringing to the Lord to offer as your talent, gifts, and ability besides your empty, frivolous words? Is it music? Can you build? Since you love the trees so much, since you love housing so much and shelter, can you provide shelter and housing for my people? Are you a contractor? What can you do? Who are you? Can you lead a nation? Think about how you can present your gifts to God in a way that goes beyond good enough. So it's now or never. Rebuilding the temple, it's a very frustrating job. The workers, they have to follow precise plans. If their measurements were off even slightly, they had to start over. At one time or another, most of the workers probably got so frustrated that they wanted to quit. But they didn't give in to their frustrations, their fatigue, or their restlessness. They just kept working. They ignored the distractions around them and focused on getting the job done right. That's the kind of work ethic that God appreciates and He will bless. And that's the type of work we need right now, right here today. Because rebuilding this temple is not going to be easy. It's not just physical, it's spiritual. And we have been given precise plans. And it's laid out right here. So we are a temple. We grow, we build. We're building this temple. We break this temple down. We've been broken down. Our body is a temple. So this temple is being broken down and built up all throughout our lives. From the head to our toe, we have broken bones. We've gotten sick. We've had to exercise and work our way up out of it. We've had to get new parts and get new pieces. But nevertheless, this temple now, look at this temple. Look at your temple. Just keep working. Keep working on your temple. Keep building yourselves. Even if your measurements are off slightly, keep building. Even if you have to start over, keep building. No matter how frustrating it is, no matter how much you want to quit, don't commit suicide. Don't kill yourself. Keep building and keep working on your temple. Ignore the distractions. Stay focused on getting the job done until this temple is complete. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who have trespassed against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from all of this evil. For God is the kingdom. Yah is the power. Adonai is the glory, forever and ever. Amen. Matt Sims, Mike Sims, you sure had a lot to say. I hope you go back and rewatch this, Mike. All praise to the Most High. Good morning, my brother. Oh, I see some Hebrew there. Blessings to you all. It's Wednesday. I pray you all have a blessed day. Thank you. I pray that this message finds you all well, that it was edifying. I was reading from 2nd Chronicles about Solomon and the temple and wisdom. There's rumors of this third temple going up in Israel. The Mormon church has a temple. So at this point right now, where do we go? Is it America or is it Israel? Where is this New Jerusalem? Where is our third temple? Where's our temple? Our physical temple. Are we going to be left out of the temple in Jerusalem? Because we're being distracted. Are we going to be left out of the building and the plans? The temple is within us. We are the temple. But we are the pieces. We are the part. We are the people. We are the house of Israel. But that physical place that we need to be, that physical place of worship, we have to have a physical place. That's inevitable. There must be a physical temple. So it's now or never. Where do we go to worship? Like Tupac said, where do we go for a place for niggas, for just us? Where does Judah go pray? We go to the churches? Are we supposed to go to these churches? Where does Judah go to pray? It's our God too. Hashem is our God. Yahweh is our God, the God of our fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. He brought us out of slavery. He brought our ancestors out of slavery. Don't get left out. Don't get left behind of the promised land. Don't be distracted by the news, by the media, by the government, by none of this. I'm not a slave. I'm free. I'm a free man. I'm a free man. Speak for yourself. I'm not a slave. The only thing that I was a slave to was sin. I'm a free man. I'm a child of God. I could go anywhere, do anything, say anything I want, do what I want, go where I want. As long as God provides the provisions for me, I can do it. If it's in God's will, I can do it. I am not a slave. I'm not working against my will. I'm not being forced to work against my will. I'm free. I'm outside right now. Get that out of your mind, the slavery. We're still in slavery. That's what the devil wants you to think, that you are still enslaved. You are free, more free than you have ever been, my brother. And until you realize that, the truth will set you free. Of course I pay taxes. Render Caesar his taxes. I thank God for New York because they caught me up on my taxes. Yes, I was behind on my taxes. I was evading taxes for a while. But New York helped me get my tax life back in order. So yes, I do pay my taxes. Render Caesar his taxes. Slavery and taxes, what does that have to do with anything? Pay taxes because taxes are taxes. Until Trump says, or whatever, the powers, the God says, no more taxes, then no more taxes. But we render Caesar his taxes. Any more questions? Anything else on my mind right now? What else do I need to speak to my people about Holy Spirit? What else do you want them to know? If you render Caesar his taxes, then you wouldn't be paying them over and over. Give it back once and for all. So, okay, let's talk about this. Let's talk about reparations. Let's talk about reparations, taxes, reparations. Let's talk about this. So I pay my taxes. I do what's right as an American citizen. Because if you don't pay taxes, certain things that you don't qualify for, you wouldn't be able to get that stimulus check. You wouldn't be able to get certain benefits coming. Like you wouldn't, like if you go to apply to buy a home, if you go to apply for an apartment in a luxury community, you're going to see your past tax returns. Okay? Your tax returns could be used as credit. It could be used to say that you pay your taxes, that you are an upstanding, your payment, your credit is good, you're making enough money to pay your taxes, and still you're paying Caesar his over and over again, but you still got it. So guess what? At the end of the year, you're going to get that back. But see, we have Donald Trump. He did this new no tax on overtime. He rolled out these tax laws. Okay, great. So we render Caesar his taxes. Yes, we render Caesar his taxes. So we have reparations. So all this Doge funding, this tax that Trump went after the IRS and the government, don't you think possibly, did you ever think, why will he go after the IRS? I'm 45 years old. George Bush once said, no more taxes. No more taxes. Remember that. And so now we have this new tax bill, this new tax laws. It seems like there's a pot being built up. You see, during COVID, we had a stimulus check given out. If you didn't file your taxes, then you didn't have that stimulus check coming. Till this day, I didn't file taxes in 2018 or 19, and I missed out on a stimulus payment. What his head meant to do without it. So you understand what I'm saying? These taxes. I'm reading your comments. So Caesar, when Jesus said, give Caesar what his head meant to do without it. Okay, we're not going to talk about what he meant to do without it. We're not going to try to interpret. What do you? Okay, so when you render Caesar his taxes, no more taxes, George Bush said. We have this new tax code, no tax on overtime. We're just going to pay sales tax now on goods and commodities and services at the end of the year. Or when we pay sales tax when we go shopping. And then our overtime isn't taxed, and then at the end of the year we get something back. You see, at the end of the year we get something back when we go to file our taxes. We get something back. We get a refund. So you're not really ending up empty-handed. That money we're giving to the government to do what it has to do to keep things going, to keep roads built, to keep government stuff going, to keep nonprofits, to keep roads, to keep things going. So I lost the train of thought. We're paying for apples when God gave you seeds to grow free. That's free. You know what? Yeah, you're paying for apples. So then why aren't you growing apples? So why aren't you growing apples? So that we don't have to buy apples, my friend. This is where we, the people, come in at. You see, because we, the people, are lazy. And it goes back to what I was reading earlier. What talents, gifts, and abilities do you have? What can you do? What skills do you have? Are you a farmer? Are you a leader? Are you a foreman? Are you a construction worker? This is where we, the people, come in at. Great. So you grow. So then we have the brother over there who knows how to till the field. We have the construction. This is where the temple comes in at. This is where we, the people, come in. You see how the message, it all comes together. So if you don't want to be taxed, If you don't want to pay taxes, if you don't want to buy apples from the market, I can go down the street and I can see a fruit corner stand outside where they're selling all the fruits and vegetables. How many people do I see pulling up to them buying the fruits and vegetables? I'm in New York, I'm in the Bronx. I see all the little mom and pops. They have the gardens, and then they bring their fruits and vegetables to the corner and they sell their fruits and vegetables. They're out there all day and nobody's pulling up buying fruits and vegetables from them. Their fruit sits there and it gets spoiled on the shelf after they didn't till this field, they didn't planted this crops like you, because they would rather go to the store to Food for Less or to fine fare, and get taxed and buy those apples. Why? You'd rather go buy your apples at the bodega than on the corner where this man has a farm in his backyard and he harvested his crops and now he's bringing them out to the corner in boxes, and you don't want to pay $1 for his $3-4. He's giving you a better price and he's not taxing you. So you see the Home Depot workers outside of Home Depot, they're skilled and they're ready to work, but you don't want to go hire them. You'll go hire the corporation that's going to have the union contracts and all this and that and the other. So you see what I'm saying? So this is where we the people come in. When you build this third temple, you think that we're gonna hire it's gonna be a contractors, or we're gonna go hire a contract consulting LLC for the temple floor. We're gonna go hire best flooring for the floor. No. What skills do we have? What skills do we have? Thank you, I appreciate that. Finally got a good comment out of Mike. I'll drink to that coffee. And a wordsmith and my services. Oh, you're a wordsmith. Your services are free to my people. And you're right, come together. We paying for apples. All right. Okay. So you're a wordsmith. A wordsmith, like a blacksmith, but with words. So in other words, you're a smart ass. A wordsmith is a smart ass to me. Good with words, that's what that means. But this is a good conversation. This was much needed this morning. I'm surprised I'm able to stand. I feel good. God is good, because when you start doing my sciatica, my whole left side of my body is just aching. So bad. I was driving from New York. Hashem sent me from New York to California on the roads, man. It was so crazy. I would recommend that drive to everybody. I never imagined a day in my life that I would be driving from from New York to, I had to drive through, I went from New York to Pennsylvania, Ohio, Indiana, Illinois. I missed Missouri. I drove through Iowa, Nebraska, Colorado, Utah, Nevada. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Beautiful trip. And I stopped at every rest stop along the way. From the East Coast to the West Coast, man. I drove. These freeways, the freeway that you take, it was amazing. I want to tell you the freeways I had to take. So let me tell you something about the U.S. So driving from the U.S. through the middle of the U.S., Can you just imagine when I say, yea, though I walk through the valleys and the shadows of death? You see, this looks small. But I drove, literally, you take this for granted, through the middle of the United States of America, through the Corn Belt. It was all corn and field and land and just cornfield after cornfield. Once I got to like Nebraska, Iowa, it's called the Corn Belt. I see why, because it was just rows of corn. This high, you guys, like taller than me, just cornfields. Where's all this corn going? Ethanol. I ain't eating that much corn in the world. There ain't that much corn in the world, you guys. Who's eating all this corn? What's up with all this corn? But I saw the land, I saw the houses. I was able to drive through each state and to do some Uber. I stopped by and the Lord led me to some churches. There's churches everywhere. Messianic Church, Baptist Church, Jesus Christ Church, churches of this, churches that, churches everywhere. This is a Christian country. This is a Judeo-Christian country. A nation. What are we doing? Fuel, right? Well, we need plenty of corn ethanol, man. We need more of that. And there was just, I'm looking at the land. I mean, why do we have homeless people? Why do we have people on the streets? And you know, it's only in the cities, Los Angeles, New York, Philadelphia. It's only in the cities. But you go through the Midwest, you see just an abundance of land. Land, and more land. That we can build. So I say, wow, okay. Trump, have you really seen this? My people, have you really seen the land that we have available to us? That we are really like in the promised land? The potential for this to be the promised land. People, we speak, I hate America, I understand you hate America. You hate the people, you hate the evil that these people do in America. You hate our laws, you hate our immigration policies, you hate that you hate slavery. You should hate slavery first and foremost. Because slavery was the biggest sin that America committed. So you gotta hate slavery. You hate colonization. You hate this. Hate it. You say this was Egypt once upon a time. King Tut was here. You know, the sitting bull was here. The Native American chiefs, the tribes, the Indians, the peoples, the Incas, the Mayans, the Aztecs, the warriors, the people, the indigenous people of this land were here. Our ancestors were here. It's crazy. I feel like it was taken from me. I feel like it was taken from me, my brother. Mike, you know, when I was driving through, I feel like it's all mine. I already feel like, I believe, it feels like that land is mine. It felt like every single corn husk in that dang on was mine. It belonged to me. It felt like those houses belonged to me, the farmhouses. It felt like the equipment. It felt like I should have been there. It's mine. I felt like I could just walk up into there and be like, hey, this is mine. And I could just, it's mine. Like literally I could knock on the door and be like, hey, I'm home, I'm back. That's how I feel. I could literally go to somebody's house in Nebraska, to the Midwest, or anywhere, and say, hey, this is mine. Hi. Can I come back? I'm back. What you want to do? What you want to do with all this? What we about to do with all this? Okay, look, I'll tell you what. I'm about to do this, that, and I'm about to do this. This right here is going over there. I'm about to get this and take that, and I'm about to go do this and set up this and set that up. As a matter of fact, who else is there? Oh, Fred's back. I'm cooking, Fred. I'm cooking. Fred's back. What's up, Fred? I put this guy on timeout. The first thing he does when he comes back and say, yo, that hairline is cooked. I gotta let him stay here. I'll let you stay for that one, Fred. Thank you, Fred. Welcome back. Welcome back, Freddie. So yeah, that's what I felt like, man. I felt like that it's mine already, you know? I feel like it's mine. I feel like it's, when they say, this land is your land, this land is my land. I'm gonna pull up the lyrics to the song and I'm gonna read it to you. This land is your land lyrics. Third temple, when, now or never. I'm gonna read these lyrics to you all because I think you all may fail to realize some of us may not know this song. Thank you, Fred. Right on time. So look, I'm gonna read this to you. This land is your land. This ain't even a Newport, man. This is a Montego, man. I can't even afford a Newport right now. You can cash at me though. Cash at me so I can go buy me some Newports. Matter of fact, let me throw up my cash app right now since you got jokes. I never do this. But everybody, I would like you all to please support me because I am homeless, broke, and I got literally $1 in my cash app balance. Look at that. And $2.92 in my savings. It's literally. So I'm gonna need y'all to help me out. I am Yeshua HaMashiach. That's my profile. I'm actually gonna put the QR code. Maybe y'all can scan it. There you go. Can you scan it? Maurice Allen Petty. It says, I am Yeshua HaMashiach. Spelled just like that. And it'll say Maurice Allen Petty. Go ahead. I know I gotta do it something simpler, right? Oh my goodness, man. I know. I thank you for that. That's a God shot right there, Fred. That means I need to shorten it up, right? Some people have some strange cash app names. But look, I wanted to read to you this land is your land. Listen to these lyrics very, very carefully. To my 3 viewers, please. This song was written by Woody Guthrie. When? Let's do an overview. Let me give you a breakdown. Lyrics. So this song was made in, all right, let me see. Let me give you a breakdown of this song, first and foremost. Jesus. Yeshua. All right, it's not showing me. All right, so I'm just going to read you the lyrics. This land is your land, and this land is my land. From California to the New York Island, from the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream waters, this land was made for you and me. As I went walking that ribbon of highway, and I saw above me that endless skyway, I saw before me that golden valley. This land was made for you and me. I roamed and rambled, and I followed my footsteps to the sparkling sands of her diamond deserts. All around me a voice was a sounding. This land was made for you and me. There was a big high wall there that tried to stop me. Sign was painted, said private property. But on that back side, it didn't say nothing. This land was made for you and me. When the sun comes shining, then I was a-strolling, and the wheat fields waving, and the dust clouds are rolling. A voice came chanting as the fog was lifting. This land is made for you and me. This land is your land, and this land is my land. From California to the New York Islands, from the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream waters, this land was made for you and me. You heard? We all in the money trap. Gotta be careful, connect the evil of the money trap. So when you see me You better holla. Oh, video's gonna die. My battery's going 5% on y'all. Go, you guys. I got 5% left from the battery. But I want you all to go check out this land is your land. I want you all to go read 2nd Chronicles about Solomon. I want you to go read about that third temple. I want you to go research Aliyah and what it means for the children of Israel. I want you to go research about jobs in Israel. I want you to read about the Midwest. I want you to read about the New Jerusalem. I want you to read and study and prepare your provisions, because this is the day that the Lord has made, and this land is your land, and this land is my land, and we're going to get it back, all of it, and we're going to build, and we're going to grow. We're not going to destroy it, but we're going to build it and make it. When do we make America great again? Right here, right now. And it starts with you and me. Remember that. And we got approval. Donald Trump is waiting for you to just rise up, my people. Stop being distracted. Don't let the evil of the money trap you, all right? So when you see me, nigga, you better holla at me. Prince of Peace, Black Jesus 2.0 on all streaming platforms. I have some prophetic music. Go listen to Redeemer of Israel, Black Jesus 2.0. Go listen to 2nd Exodus by Black Jesus 2.0 on all streaming platforms. Go listen to Salutation. Go listen to Swahili to Black America. I wrote all these songs. I created all these songs for you. They're messages. They're prophetic messages. They're blocking my algorithm because this is organic. This has to be organic. I don't pay for boosts. I don't pay for streams. I don't pay for none of that. This is organic. As organic as this here. This is an orange. This is an orange tree. We gotta plant, y'all. We gotta grow. Our money and our resources, our riches are gonna come from farming and from agriculture and from building and living off the land, the fruit of the land. That's why we have these feast days. That's why we have these sacrifices, and we eat fruits and vegetables, and we grow. We harvest in and out of season. So use your skills wisely. Use your skills, your talents, your gifts and abilities for this kingdom. The third temple. We are the temple. Don't be left out. Keep building. Keep growing. I love you. I can keep going all day, but I have to shut this down. I love you. Peace. Shalom.